This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, answering more questions for the Power Project. Thank you for ruining my entire month. Who said that great quote? We'll get to that in a second. But the question for the Power Project is something I put off for quite some time. It's a long-winded answer, much like everything else here at the Power Project. I just ramble on forever. But this one is close to my heart. It's a question about what's my greatest accomplishment in powerlifting. Well, aside from the slingshot, and aside from Power Magazine, my greatest accomplishment in terms of things I've done on the platform are about 4 years ago. It was December 12th. I was talking to my brother Maddog on the phone. My brother Maddog said, "Hey, you have a meet tomorrow, don't you?" And I said, "Yep." He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to break the open record and for the USPF, the all-time open record, and I'm going to break the bench record, and I'm going to bench more than anybody ever has in a full powerlifting meet for single-ply gear." And he laughed and said, "You're an arrogant bastard, aren't you?" And I laughed back and I said, "Yep." And he said, "Well," he said, "don't just talk shit, go out there and do it." And I was able to come through and I was able to do it. But unfortunately, my brother died the next day. Got a phone call from my dad after I came home from the gym. And it was something that hit me hard, hit our whole family hard, had a huge impact on all of Mike's family and friends, as you can imagine. But what I wanted to do after that was the only thing I know how to do, the only thing I'm good at is lifting. So I dedicated the next meet to him. And I went back in the gym, I was all fired up, had all these emotions going. And it was cold in the gym for that day, cold in California anyway. And I tore a bicep doing a rack deadlift. And I remember thinking, man, my brother just died. I just tore my bicep, like shit's really falling apart fast. And I said, you know what? No, I dedicated the meet to him, so I still got to go and do it. Even if I just take some BS lifts and just fight my way through the meet, I still got to go do it for him, regardless. And it was a big contest, stacked with a lot of great lifters. And as I started training a little bit more, I was like, you know what? I can still squat, I can still bench. And as deadlifting, I don't know. So as far as the deadlift goes, I was unable to do a whole lot in terms of my deadlift training. I was able to go to the meet. I was able to hit some squats up pretty good. I remember hitting up my third squat or my second squat. Can't really remember now. But just getting overwhelmed with a weird feeling that just shot right up my spine and right to the back of these big old ears. The whole back of my body was tingling. And it felt like it was the presence of my brother. Felt like he was right there with me all the way. Went on to hit a big bench. I remember hitting like an 810 bench. And walking by Charles Bailey, he said, "Shit, man, meet's over." He told everybody else. And that was a good feeling. Charles Bailey is a bad mofo. He's a bad dude. He's a great lifter. And that felt really good to hear him say that. But as I was approaching the bar for the deadlift, I knew I'd have to come up with a pretty strong deadlift, even though I was injured. And to secure the meet, I'd have to finish off the meet with like a 705 pull, which is not really a lot. But after tearing a bicep, it was still challenging nonetheless. Anyway, I remember hitting that 705 pull and feeling that I secured the meet, feeling that I locked it up. And I just remember being overcome by emotion. I kind of bottled a lot of it up, as I normally do. But I was just really weeping inside like crazy. Just had goosebumps and chills all over my spine. So dedicating that meet to my brother and going out there and getting the best overall lifter award and kicking everybody's ass, that was my greatest accomplishment in powerlifting. But what I wanted to share with you guys today, more importantly, that's my little girl in the background there, going crazy, who my brother Maddog had the opportunity to meet. I'm very thankful for that. And my boy's in the background playing basketball. I think he's still back there. Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys some real stuff, some real hardcore stuff here. My brother was addicted to drugs and alcohol. My brother was bipolar. And what I'd like you guys to do out there, those of you that know somebody who is addicted, those of you that know someone who is acting crazy, acting strange, acting weird, give them another chance. Give them a second, third, or fourth opportunity. Whatever opportunity they're on, give them another one and kind of rethink to yourself, maybe this person has a legitimate problem, much like my brother did. My brother was diagnosed as bipolar, and it was later on in his life. And I think if they caught it earlier, that he'd still be with us today. But makes no mistake about it, he is dead, he is gone because of drugs and alcohol. And I know this sounds like a public service announcement to some of you people out there, some of you kids out there, but this is very serious, this is very real, and I wanted to share this with you guys. So reach out to those people that you love, those people that you care about, and realize that realize you can't apply logic to it. What they're doing is not logical. These are not people that think logically, especially as they get addicted further and further. I see you, Queenie. That's what it's all about right there, isn't it? Anyway, I just really wanted to share that with you guys. My brother was an awesome dude to be around sometimes. He was also a crazy dude to be around sometimes. I actually remember a great story about him. We were at a bar. I was at a bar with him and my brother Chris, and I saw Maddog. Maddog said, "Hey man, I'm out of here. I'll see you later." I said, "Okay." And I saw Chris, and I saw one of our friends. And one of my friends said, "Hey, I just saw your brother Maddog." I said, "That's impossible. He left 30 minutes ago." I go, "You must be talking about Chris." All of a sudden I hear, "Fight!" And I see someone's legs going up in the air, and the guy just getting his head slammed on the table. And my buddy looks over at me and he goes, "He's still here." And I remember that day like it was yesterday, that guy just getting pummeled and then beat up even further in the parking lot. My brother was pretty volatile in some ways, but as he got older and older, and as he got more and more addicted to drugs, it became more and more of a problem. I saw someone who was very strong, who was almost, he was my hero. I always felt he was indestructible, and I was wrong. Drugs and alcohol tore him up, tore him down. It even affected his intelligence greatly. He was a very smart guy, very sharp, very good with numbers and things like that. And as he got older and as he got more addicted to stuff, things just fell apart. I also wanted to make a note that while he did nearly every drug under the sun, from painkillers to coke to whatever else, that alcohol was something that really was really the final blow. Alcohol was something that was just devastating to him. It's something that's easy to get to, easy access for people, and it's a very easy thing to fall into. I want you all to realize out there that you should not think that you're better than people that are addicted. You should just kind of think to yourself, we're all a couple steps away from being in the same boat. So anyway, reach out to those people that you care about. Reach out to them and realize that they do have some serious issues going on, and maybe you can help somebody. Maybe you can grab a hold of somebody and say, "Hey man, let's get you some help. Let's get you to a doctor." But big brother, if you're listening, I haven't forgotten about you. Every day when I walk in the gym, I'm talking to my camera. Every day when I walk into the gym, I don't know if you can see my feet. I don't know if you see my feet. I go like this, because that's what my brother Maddog did when he walked into the ring. Every time he'd wipe his feet off on the apron. And a lot of your friends, your family, we have not forgotten about you. My homie, Jesse Burdick, who's kind of taking your place. He sucks as an older brother, by the way. It's not really working out so good. He's not nearly as tough as you, so he can't fight my battles for me. Yeah, you can take your jacket off. Multitasking here, as you can see. Give me your jacket, baby. Oh, you're going to put it over there? Okay. But Jesse Burdick, when he steps foot in super training, he always pays homage to Maddog. He goes over, he slaps the wall and where we have a picture of Mad Dog. But Mad Dog was the one who said that famous quote that I said in the beginning, "Thank you for ruining my whole month." The littlest things would set the guy off. He was high strung, and if he said the wrong thing, or he got shitty food or whatever, he'd say, "Thanks for ruining my whole effing month," which I always thought was probably his greatest contribution to the world. Also, Mad Dog is responsible for coaching John Cena. When John Cena first started pro wrestling, my brother was a pro wrestler for years. He taught me a lot about passion, about following stuff, about following your dreams and following through on stuff. He was somebody that put his heart and soul into pro wrestling. He was somebody that wore his heart kind of on his sleeve, so to speak. He showed his emotions a lot, something something I suck at. But he was definitely better than me at that. And also, he gave me the great skill of lifting. My brother Chris obviously was hugely influential as far as that goes as well. But Mad Dog got us all trained and got us all fired up. Without Mad Dog, there's no Bigger, Stronger, Faster. There's no Super Training Gym, and there's no Smelly as you currently know him. So, big brother, I love you, and I'd rather be dead than average. Catch you later.